Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Anna Stanesku. I work at the EIB Institute with Fulceri Bruni Roccia, and I mainly focus on the summer school and other university-related activities. Because of the hybrid, online mostly setting, I will start by telling you what the EIB Summer School is, and then give you the floor for questions. I think it's simpler this way. So the EIB Summer School is a 10-day program aimed at master students. That means no PhDs, no bachelor degrees. We aim at giving first-hand insights onto what the EIB's mission is, our impact, and also how do we function on a daily basis? What does it mean to work for the EIB every day? We also mean to build and strengthen a network of future stakeholders. That doesn't mean future colleagues. The EIB Summer School is not a recruitment tool of the bank. Now, some former alumni of the EIB Summer School currently work at the EIB because the application is open to everyone, and certainly attending the EIB Summer School helps when you apply, when you interview with the EIB group, but it's not a leading road to a position within the EIB. But you can maybe work for an EU institution. You might work for the commission that gives mandates to the EIF or the EIB. You can work for your own municipality or for a promoter. You can have your own startup and apply for a loan through an EIF program, and so on and so forth. Now, something that you might get scared by. The EIB Summer School, it is a give and take type of program. You don't only sit back and enjoy the show, we also want participation. All of the summer school lectures are provided by senior colleagues of the EIB. That means directors, director generals, and so on. Sometimes we have vice presidents that come in for a chat with our participants. And when we ask them, what makes you come back every year? Because at the end of the day, to prepare a presentation, it takes time, and they come in and they prepare in their personal time most of the times to come and have a chat and a discussion with our participants. And they say it's the fresh look, it's the challenge that our students then pose to them. Definitely respectfully, but we would like our participants to ask questions, to comment, to say why. Okay, we present what we do, but why do you do it this way? Or bring in your own expertise. Now, I have talked about participation, but maybe I should mention participation to what? Our program, let's say it's divided in 3 parts: the lectures, the final assignment, and the leisure program. The lectures are both plenary, which means that the whole group of circa 70 students from all across EU universities are seated in the same room and listen to a presentation about topics that are more general, but they present the cardinal points of what the EIB is. So how do we assess a project? What makes the EIB special when we select? Where do we get our funding, especially now that we have this mission of being the EU Climate Bank? There will be a presentation about green bonds. The EIB was the first, was the inventor of green bonds, and hopefully the colleague that actually invented them will participate and present this year. Where do we then invest these funds? But also, what is the legal framework of the European Investment Bank Group? And how does a contract look with the EIB? The compliance department might come in, and also what happens, there will be a lecture on what happens after we sign a project. So the disbursement part, how do we monitor a project? And many other topics. Seminars, on the other hand, as the word says, they're seminars. They're smaller sessions. There will be in between 10 to 20 students, depending on the interest for the topic. There will be 3 to 4 at the same time each day, and you, the participants, get to sign up for these seminars. you will receive a form asking you to sign up based on your background, based on your interest. Now, if you have a strong background in legal studies and there's a seminar on a legal topic, please do attend it, and so on. If you're interested in something new and you can easily follow, go ahead and sign up. You'll probably be on a first come, first served basis. Of course, if you really wanted something and you feel like you're missing out, you can always email us and we'll try to see if we can put you in that room. As I said, all the EIB summer school sessions are provided by EIB staff. This also means that we do not record our sessions. That is because in the presence, in the room all together, there is an environment that is created of trust, of open discussion, in which a recording may make people feel as if they were judged, watched over, and it's easier if they're just not recorded, because that is why you will be in Luxembourg and following the lectures. The final assignment, it is not an exam. We didn't want our participants to feel as if they were judged in any way or examined at the end of the day. The summer school does not provide any ECTS. We provide a certificate at the end of the summer school, but receiving that certificate is not dependent on your final assignment. That depends on your attendance, which is mandatory to all sessions and all activities. The final assignment is a group project. We distribute in groups, and by we, I mean myself and Miriam Hatnes, the project manager for the EIB Summer School. We send out a form when you get into the summer school with different questions that might sound a bit strange from a bank. So what is your favorite book? Who would you like to have dinner with? And so on. But it all serves us to understand how different personalities can work together and have a group that has different points of view in it. Last year, this final assignment was a video. You had to produce a 5-minute presentation on a specific topic related to the EIB, and it is meant to see how much you've understood what this institution is and does. So it could be, present the EIB to somebody that has just landed from Mars. And you shall do so. It may be, what is the impact of the EIB? We don't have the final ones for this year yet. Don't get scared by the word video. You don't have to be filmmakers. You don't have to be YouTubers to do this. Just bring your laptops, do your best, and the content is more important than the form itself. The fun part, the leisure program, sees different networking events, dinners. There will be a graduation dinner at the end of the summer school, the last Friday of this year's summer school. There will be an alumni weekend right at the end of the summer school, to which all 2022 participants are invited, because the last day of the summer school, in the evening, during the graduation dinner, you all become alumni. So you're all warmly invited to the weekend after. There will be, when you arrive, a welcome dinner, a boat trip. Fun fact, the Schengen Agreement was signed on a boat in front of Schengen. Schengen is a very, very, very little town in between Luxembourg, France, and Germany, which is why it was chosen. The boat on which the treaty was signed it still operates today. They have tours, and there will be the first Sunday of the summer school. We'll all have a nice lunch on the boat and learn more about this year's program. Okay, as I said before, all activities are mandatory. This includes the social activities. So there will be visits to Luxembourg City, visits to maybe the other institutions that are in Luxembourg. We know that the program is intense and sounds intense. That does not justify your running around doing your own thing in Luxembourg. It's tempting and it's tiring for everyone, but we built a program that has a purpose, and that purpose should be followed through. Who is eligible? And now I will come first to a question that Reinis had kindly pointed out to me earlier. Our colleagues, as Marco said before, and Fulcheri before him, have all very different backgrounds. I have a master's degree in international relations. Fulcheri is a lawyer by training. Marco is a chemical engineer. We all work at the EIB. So the summer school is open to students with all different backgrounds. Now, we said, and we maintain that you should have a basic understanding of what a bank is, of the European system of institutions, and maybe of finance and economics. That might mean you took a course of microfinance, of macrofinance. You had an introductory course to banking because you were interested. In practice, it means that you are able to follow up most of the lectures. So I have a background in international relations, as I said. I took a few courses in microeconomics. I am not an economist in any shape or form. But I do know what interest rate means. I knew that before working for the EIB group, I knew what a bond is. I cannot teach a course on bonds, but I know what it means. I knew the European institutional system, and I would be able to sit through and follow those courses. So that's why we ask for this requirement, is for you to be able to keep up. Now, questions are very much encouraged, as they said, and there's no silly or stupid question. So if you do not understand something, just ask, and you will be provided an answer. Moreover, at the beginning of the summer school, Fulcheri will kindly give an overview of the EIB group to everyone, explain exactly what a bank is and why the EIB is such a special bank. So we try to do our best to make sure that everyone understands and can keep up. And I hope I've answered this question. If there are still doubts and I've just blabbed around it, please point it out, and Reinis can read it out to me, and I will try my best to be more specific. The summer school is open to all nationalities of students. So we invite universities to participate, so we look at the passport, let's say, of the university, not at your passport. We have students from China, from the United States, from Mexico in the past. You don't need to come from the EU. But you do need to be willing to be challenged. That doesn't mean, extreme sports. That means be open to interact with people from different backgrounds, being those academic or cultural. Be open to a discussion, open up discussions, and don't be too stiff on team building activities, on activities that might sound funny or superficial, or you don't feel like doing those. They have a point, and we encourage and want participation, but that doesn't mean you need to be necessarily an extrovert. We try to build from the beginning of the summer school a safe environment in which you feel comfortable to ask those questions, in which you feel at ease in speaking your mind, to then get there and have a very lively discussion. Logistically, I will just say a few words. The summer school comes at no cost, so it's for free, the participation. All costs, and I mean all costs, are covered. We've learned earlier that the University of Latvia will also cover the cost of your transport to and from Luxembourg, which can be costly. But everything else, all the dinners, all the visits, of course the lectures, the hotel in which you are going to stay, that is all covered by the EIB. You will be all housed and hosted by the Novotel in Luxembourg in double rooms. So making sure that that form that we send at the beginning with the funny questions is filled in very well, because you can choose whom you want to share those 10 days with. If you don't have a choice, we will assign you to a room. So, it's 10 days, 10 in 10 days, you might want to spend those days with somebody that you can go along with. And I think that is all from me. I hope I have not forgotten anything. The alumni weekend is also included in the cost. So if you decide, it is not mandatory, the attendance. If you have to fly back, that is up to you. But if you want to stay, you may do so, again, at no cost for you. It was written on the flyer that I think you've all been given, but the dates for this year are the 28th of June until the 9th of July. So the official kickoff of the summer school is with a dinner on the 28th of June, that is a Tuesday. And since that evening, you are required to attend. That is why we indicate the 28th, so you can fly in, check into the hotel, and so on. The graduation dinner will take place on the 8th of July. That is until, 11 p.m., so you probably do not wish to fly back at 1 a.m. on the 9th. You're welcome to stay until the 9th, and then if you stay for the alumni weekend, you can leave. You will have to check out from the hotel on the 10th of July in the morning. Some indications. The weather in Luxembourg is unpredictable. Last year, during the summer school, I could not leave my apartment because the whole city was flooded, as in you had to leave with a boat from your apartment, and this is not an exaggeration. 2 years ago, 2019, we had the summer school on site. It was 39 degrees outside. And the EIB does not have air conditioning because Luxembourg is not supposed to be a country that requires air conditioning. So maybe check the weather before packing. Attire for the courses, you don't have to come with a suit and tie or a dress and heels every day, but do remember that it is a bank you're entering every day. No shorts, no flip-flops, no funny t-shirts, and so on. So let's say business casual, I would suggest. And this time I think it's really all from me. If there are any questions, we are here to reply to all those questions.